Okay, you are about to review and take notes over the video associated with the second part of the first week of our course, English 101 College Composition. It is assumed by this point that you have completed all of the work that was anticipated in the first video. So you've read the three main documents for the course, you have participated in the discussion, and you have probably both participated in the discussion and also posted your response in the discussion. So all of that work has been completed. You are now ready to undertake the work that's associated with the second part of the class. Now, just as a refresher, I'm here on the basic Brightspace page. I would go back to week 1, and I would again be confronted by the course introductory activity, the discussion topic, with which you are now all familiar or presumably familiar. And then we are going to now return to what's called the course introductory activity assignment. And I know that naming convention is a little confusing, but hopefully this video clarifies that for you. Okay, so to return to the course introductory activity, and to return to where we were ending with this in the last video, we had read and annotated these three course documents, the English 101 document, the portfolio assessment rubric, as well as the writing at UMaine document. And we had been generating some questions about it. We've been annotating those documents with these three key points in mind, and we had done all of that work. Now that we've done all of that work, and now that we have contributed to the discussion, we're ready to work with the writing that is associated with this course introductory activity assignment. And that writing is called for down here. Okay, that writing is called for down here. So let's take a look at what you are being asked to do here. Writing to be submitted. And you'll notice that the date down here is wrong. I'll be updating that shortly. Writing to be submitted. When you've finished reading and annotating, please review your annotations and compose a text in which you do the following. Detail insights into writing at UMaine that have emerged for you in your reading, using passages from the text to guide your reader through your thinking. So if we just stop for a second and we think about the writing at UMaine document, what are some insights into writing at the University of Maine that you are now aware of, or now more aware of, because you have finished the writing at UMaine document? Okay. You could also reference the other documents that we've read, the portfolio assessment rubric, or the PAR, as I'll frequently call it, the PAR, as well as the English 101 document. What are some insights you have developed into what it means to write at the University of Maine? Okay, what are those insights? Help the reader understand where you located the information related to those insights. We're not worried so much right now if we're in agreement or disagreeing with them. We're working to identify some of the main insights that you have taken away from those documents. That's kind of the beginning part of this assignment. The next part is to pose and explore generative questions that arose to you in your reading and annotating. What that means is, as you were going through the documents and as you were annotating, you found yourself asking questions. Okay, for example, questions about the grading policy, questions about the portfolio assessment at the end of the semester, questions about things like not having length requirements for assignments. What are those questions? And here we will pose those questions and explore them. Explore generative questions that arose to you in your reading and annotating, again with passages from the text when needed to guide your reader through your thinking. So what are the questions that came up for you as you were going through the material? Why did these questions come up? These may be questions that you've also seen your peers post or articulate in the discussion for this week, and that's one of the key purposes for the discussion, is to give you an opportunity to look at your peers' writing and to think about how they're asking questions and why they're asking questions. So that's a crucial document for you to review before you start this. But you'll be doing this work, writing out your explanations and submitting this to me. And the due date for this, which will vary from this obviously, is going to be Friday of our first week together. Okay, Friday of our first week together, which will be plain to you when you are looking at the actual assignment and not just the video here. And that's when that work needs to come in. All right, it's really important. Sometimes students hear there's not like a a length requirement associated with assignments, and they turn in the shortest possible thing they can generate. That's both cynical and not helpful, okay? Because the more work that you generate, to a point, the more of a foundation you are giving yourself to build upon as you get into the semester and to move through the course. And presumably everybody wants to do well in the course. That's why you are in this class in the first place. Okay, so we want to keep those things in mind, and we want to be submitting that work to the assignment by Friday. Okay, by Friday of our first week. So that's part one of the video. I now want to take a few moments at the end of this video to discuss some really important features of the class. Okay, really important features of the class. And these are features that are detailed in our course description and policies page. And so there are a number of things here you have already read and you have already annotated, but I want to draw your attention to just a couple of things that are super important, particularly during our first week together. The first thing I want you to be aware of, let me see here as I scroll through this, is that the course ends with a portfolio assessment. And I do want to speak generally about that because this is something that is crucial. All students are well aware of during our very first week together, okay? As you move through this class and complete the major assignments, you will be making progress towards what we call your final portfolio for the class. Your final portfolio, and there'll be more on this later, will represent your very best writing and your very best work from this semester. When we come to the end of the term, you will submit your portfolio through me to the English department's portfolio assessment committee, portfolio review committee. 2 people on that committee who are not me will look at your work and they will determine whether or not your work indicates that you should pass English 101. Again, it's not me. It's important to be aware of that. What that means is if you pass the portfolio, you can be awarded a grade of C or above for the class. And if you do not pass the portfolio, you can be awarded only a grade of C- or below for the class. If you pass the portfolio, you can get credit for this course at the University of Maine towards your general education program. As you move towards your major and through your major. If you do not pass the portfolio review, you do not get that credit and you need to retake the class. Okay, it's very important to be aware of that from week 1 of the class. So everything that we will do in this class is designed to move you towards that portfolio so that when you arrive there, you have the best possible document. That's really crucial to be aware of. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to mention to you. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is that it is possible to complete a challenge exam. And I want you to tell me this on day 1 if this is what you are interested in. Okay, the challenge exam is for those of you who think you're coming to the university with significant established writing. It is an option for you to attempt to receive credit for the class and move on from it by submitting a portfolio essentially at the beginning of the term. So it's really important to read this information and to let me know where you stand with it. It's generally the case students are not ready to pass the challenge exam. It's not very common that students do pass the challenge exam. But if you do feel that's something that you are capable of doing after having reviewed the basic course materials, please let me know. And we will put that paperwork in process for you. So that's an important thing to consider. Okay, so I wanted to make you aware of those things. There's other things certainly to be made aware of in this document that are important, but those are 2 things I wanted to highlight in this second video. So now that we have come to this point in the second video, you are ready to complete the assignment associated with week 1, the course Introductory Activity Assignment, which we have detailed. You're also ready to fill out your note form that's associated with that video and turn that form in so that I know that you have reviewed this video and I know that you are in contact with the main ideas that are expressed in this video. Once you have done that, you'll be ready to take up the work, which is due Friday, okay? I will look at that work over the weekend, and you will find next week that week 2 comes to you on Monday with 2 similar videos to guide you through the work associated with week 2. So good luck, everybody, with the work. And I'm looking forward to seeing the work that you produce and to getting to meet and speak with all of you this semester. Have a great day and a great start to the term. Bye.